All right, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Dre and J. We're hitting you guys with NFL week. It looks like I put week 7 by mistake, but it's actually week 6 predictions. We're gonna go ahead and dive right in. Um, we're gonna go game by game. We're gonna also talk about our upset games of the week, and we each have a bold prediction that we're gonna share. And we'll go ahead and see how the week turns out. So let's go ahead and dive right in. If I can go ahead and pull this thing up. Let's see what we got. Why is this thing here? All right, so that should be good enough. All right, so we already know the result of the Buccaneers and the Eagles. It was 28-22, Tampa. So we'll go ahead and dive right into the Dolphins versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. That game will be in London at 9:30 a.m. Dre, what do you think about this game? Who's your
I'm
favorite to
going
win? Well,
Dolphins.
as of right
I'm
now, yeah. Go ahead.
favorites to win Dolphins. It's a statement game. It's a game letting them, the rest of the league know that we're terrible, but we're not that ass now. So hopefully they can beat up on the bad teams and somehow get back to 500 and make some noise. So I got the Dolphins winning that. It's gonna be a shootout type of game. Reason being is because our corner X isn't playing, so I feel like it's gonna be one side of the football that's just going like Trevor Lawrence is gonna go there and it's just gonna be there all game. So probably be a 17 to 14 game Dolphins.
Okay, I agree with you. Also, I'm picking the Dolphins to win this game. Um, the Jacksonville Jaguars, if I'm not mistaken, have lost 21 straight games dating back to last season. The last thing the Dolphins want to do is be that team to lose to them. Tua will be starting for this game. Um, I don't know how much more significant it's gonna be for the Dolphins. They do have a couple of receivers out, and Devontae Parker. Most likely Will Fuller is on IR. So it's gonna be very interesting to see. Why are you laughing? Why? Because he always injured. It's gonna be interesting to see how that happens for the Dolphins on the offensive side of the ball. We were just talking about the Eagles. The Dolphins are one of those other teams that don't like to run the ball because right now they're leading the league in pass attempts. They're passing the ball more than any team in the league right now, and they're 1-4. So that's not a very good look. On Jacksonville's side, Trevor Lawrence has not been really having a bad season, but they have had some injuries on the offensive side of the ball, obviously with Travis Etienne at the beginning of the season, and then DJ Chark is out for the season. And they don't really have much going for them right now, other than the fact that they have a solid running game. James Robinson is doing pretty well right now, but other than that, there's not really many bright spots to that team. So like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and go Dolphins also with this game. I feel like it'll be a close game. I don't think anybody blows anybody out, but I think the Dolphins probably get it on maybe a game-winning drive by a field goal or something of that sort. So let's go ahead and move on. We both agree on Dolphins on that. Um, we got the Texans at the Indianapolis Colts. That will be a 1 o'clock game on CBS. Right now, the Colts are almost a 10-point favorite to win that game. What are you thinking about this one? I know
They might
your
win by
second guy is
they
Carson
might
Wentz.
they might win by 14.
Oh,
Really,
really?
Carson. Yeah, with Jonathan Taylor and them boys, bro, they got the run game. Carson Wentz is starting to feel more comfortable in that offense. And the Houston Texans, I know they had a little bit of a surprise win their first week, but they're not that good. The Colts are coming together and they're gonna steamroll them.
All right.
How do you feel about the
Well,
game? You got Texans. What you got?
it's crazy how you say that because I actually had this as my upset game of the week. Um, I actually believe the Texans are going to win this game 25-17. This will be the biggest upset of the week. They're a 10-point favorite right now. Well, actually, Giants and Rams, there's 10.5. But I believe that the Texans will pull off a win versus the Indianapolis Colts 25-17. You heard it here first.
Huh?
I feel like the Texans offense is really starting to click. Um they almost beat the Patriots. Um they just couldn't really get it done. Um but I think that they'll be able to get it done versus the Colts. I feel like their offense is going to be clicking, and the Indianapolis Colts may not be able to stop it. I know this sounds ridiculous, but this is my upset of the week, and this is what I'm sticking with. You hear it here first.
That's fair. All right, so after that, you have the Chicago Bears versus the Packers. This week, I'm gonna go with the Packers as always. Um, Aaron Rodgers owns that franchise, and the Packers have to have like one of those statement games to show that they still dominate that conference, even though they've struggled with other, in the past couple weeks, losing some tough games. I feel like they're gonna come out and show who's boss in that division by winning against the Bears. The Bears' offense is a concern to me. I'm not sold on Justin Fields as yet,
Hmm.
so I think Aaron Rodgers just takes advantage and feasts on that team.
I have to agree with you. Also, I'm going Packers here. Like you did mention, the Bears team is kind of just a mess right now.
That bit look crazy.
Surprisingly they're 3-2, which I was shocked to learn the other day. But I just don't feel like I feel like there's just too much going on in that team to overcome
Yeah,
the Packers visiting the town. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Packers also. Next we got the Chiefs going up against the Washington football team. They are currently a 6.5 favorite versus the Washington football team. What are you thinking about this game here?
Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes got that, bro. That's all I gotta say. Pat Mahomes. he might put up a quick 24 to 30 points on the Washington football team. Washington football team, all they really have is Antonio Gibson and Terry McLaurin, but the Chiefs just have all the weapons and they have that guy. Doesn't matter.
I think this will actually be a good game. Um, I know it
Yeah,
looks crazy. I know it looks crazy, but I feel like this will be a very close game. Throughout the whole game, I feel like the Washington football team will be able to keep it close. They do have a solid defense. Their defense is not bad at all. I do feel like they'll be able to keep it a close game, but I'm gonna
but
also
we
go ahead
talking
and go
about Pat Mahomes,
Chiefs.
bro. We
Yeah,
talking
I'm
about
gonna also
Mahomes.
go. Yeah. Oh no, no, no. I'm going Chiefs, but I'm just saying I feel like it's gonna be a lot closer of a game than people think. They're a 6 point favorite. That's a lot. So, like obviously in the spread world. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go Chiefs also on that one. Next we got Vikings and Panthers. What are you thinking about this one? It looks like the Vikings are 1.5 favorites, so they're definitely looking for this to be a close game. I'm gonna go ahead and go Minnesota. I feel like the Panthers are actually, I believe, number
Three and
three
two.
in the league. Well, yeah, they're 3-2, and they're currently number three in the league in points allowed. But when they played teams that have high-powered offenses, they've allowed a lot of points. So it's kind of lopsided. I feel like the Vikings are gonna come to town and they're gonna put up a lot of points on the board. So I do take the Minnesota Vikings in this game. Panthers may keep it a close game, but Vikings will probably pull away in the second half. What are you thinking?
I got the opposite. I got the Panthers winning this game. Their
Oh,
defense, I've been
really?
watching them the past couple weeks. They're pretty stingy, and the Vikings,
They
I
are.
don't know. The Vikings, their defense isn't that good. They're supposed to be a defensive, like minded team, with their coach.
Right.
I just feel like the Panthers, Sam Darnold's Sam Darnold is feeling very, very comfortable in that offense, with his weapons. And
He's been all
I
right.
don't know. I just got the Panthers winning this game. That's my upset.
Okay.
That's my upset this week.
Oh, that's your upset of the week. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let's moving on. Let's go ahead and go to Chargers and Ravens. This one should definitely be a good one. This game is at, I believe, four. Oh no, this is a 1 o'clock game. Okay, that'd be very interesting. What are you thinking into this one? I got Baltimore Ravens. It was actually very hard to decide this one, but I'm gonna give the Ravens the edge solely because they're at home. I know that sounds kind of corny, but I'm gonna go ahead and go Ravens here. I feel like Lamar Jackson really starts to show more and more each week that he proves that he can be that guy. Um, to eventually get them a lot farther in the playoffs. I'm taking Ravens here. The Chargers are killing it right now. They're leading that division. So will definitely, in my opinion, be a high scoring game. But I'm going to give the edge to the home team in this game. What are you thinking?
The thing that sticks out about this game the most is how even these teams look on paper. They both
Right.
have two great, high powered offenses led by just great guys. Like you have Justin Herbert on one side, Lamar on the other. I just feel like
Mm-hmm.
Lamar comes out on top. Like it was very, very hard to pick this one, especially since the Chargers were one of the first teams to expose the young Lamar. Remember, in the
Mm-hmm.
playoff game with Phillip Rivers, the Chargers are one of those teams that they found the kryptonite to Lamar Jackson, but I feel like he's just much better. He's become a more better passer. The scheme
He
that they
has.
use, daring him to throw outside, bro. If they even try it, bro, I'm telling you, Marquise gonna be in the end zone for an 80-yarder or some shit like that, bro. So Lamar Lamar's not that same guy, and I feel like they're not gonna be able to contain him like how they did before, and that's gonna be the
well,
difference.
well, I
But
will say
and the
he
fact that
he definitely has improved on his passing. I will say that much. He's very
definitely
much
so
improved.
that's what
Very
gives them
much.
that edge. That's what gives them that edge. So I got Lamar winning this one.
Okay, I agree with you there. Also, next we got the Cincinnati Bengals going up against the Detroit Lions. A lot of people are predicting this to be the first win of the Detroit Lions. They're currently 0-5. What are you thinking here? I'm going Bengals. I just think the Bengals offense is just going to be too much for the Lions to handle, and I don't think the Lions are going to be able to secure their first win here. What are you thinking?
The Lions suck. They're gonna lose again.
All
No, I'm dead eye.
right.
I'm dead eye. Like I would I don't. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, right? They're really clicking. That offense just looks really, really good. And I don't
Hmm.
know.
I think that's
Detroit hasn't given me any type of especially so weird about this. Detroit and I believe the Jaguars are winless, right?
that's correct.
The
Yeah.
Jaguars at least they're undefeated, but they look like they could crack a win any day now. Like those games are close.
Yeah. They're
I remember
yeah. Jacksonville's
they had that
showing.
Thursday
Yeah.
night game. They had that Thursday night game against the Bengals where it looked like they could
That
do
could have been their first
something.
win. And versus the Cardinals, they kept up with the Cardinals for the majority of the game.
Yeah,
So
but
I mean, they're
Detroit
scratching the
doesn't. Detroit
surface. Yeah.
they're scratching the surface, right? That's what I'm trying to say, basically. But Detroit just doesn't look
I
good at
could be
all.
I could be wrong, but the only game I really saw Detroit like, wow, they might actually win this game is when they played the Ravens. Like they were shutting down Lamar like the whole game until like the fourth quarter. But other than that, I
But
have to agree
what
with
were
you.
they
I
doing on
just
offense though? What were they doing on offense? Nothing.
all right. I think there's enough said on that. Let's go ahead and go to Rams and Giants. I think we should probably just go ahead and skip this one. Oh my gosh. What are you thinking here?
Let's see. I got the Rams. If it was any other week, you could probably think about an upset, bruh. But the Rams, bruh. they look crazy the past couple of weeks, so they got no choice but to make some shape.
So Saquon Barkley will be out for a couple of weeks. They're hoping to get Darius Slayton back on their receiving core. Kenny Galladay, I believe, is going to be out for this game. What game is he not out of? And that, maybe I shouldn't have went there. But Daniel Jones, he's on the he was on the
That man always on IR, bro. Fuck that
Daniel
man,
Jones, Daniel Jones is on the was in the concussion protocol, but he's expected to play. I don't think that's gonna make very much of a difference. I think the Rams blow them out, 30-3.
That's fair.
Let's go ahead and go to Cardinals and Browns. This is probably a lot of people considering this to be one of the games of the week. You got the Cardinals that are going to be 5-0 coming into Cleveland. What is your prediction? Cleveland is actually a 3-point favorite, so they're favored to, crush that undefeated record. What are you thinking here?
This would have been considered like this is actually my second upset, but it's not much of an upset as the game that I picked before. I got the Cardinals winning it. Like they're technically gonna be an upset because they're not the favorites, but come on, like the Cardinals are unstoppable. They have a running game, a decent running game. They have Kyler Murray, and that defense looks serious. They could go in there and put out like a 30-piece, come out with victory. So I got the Cardinals. They convinced me.
All right, I will say this. I do believe the Cardinals will win this game, but I think it will be a very close game. And this actually has my bold prediction. My bold prediction for this week is that Kareem Hunt, since Nick Chubb will be out for this game, Kareem Hunt will have 150 rushing yards in this game. That is my bold prediction. Dalvin Cook against the Cardinals defense had 130 rushing yards. I'm predicting that Kareem Hunt will pass that and have $150. Call me crazy, but I do think that the Cardinals will still run away with this game. Is that a ridiculous prediction?
It's fucking terrible. Bro, like Kareem Hunt.
What has Kareem Hunt ain't no scrub. Come on now.
I'll give you 150 from scrimmage, but bro, what has he shown you that he could rush for 150, bro?
He been toting that rock, man. Stop sleeping on Kareem Hunt.
150.
This man balling in a 1-2 punch in the second punch. Like, bro, don't sleep, bro. He's gonna have $150. He's gonna have $150.
$150.
You heard it here first. All right, we both got Cardinals for this game, so let's go. All right. Watch. Next game, Raiders and Broncos. What are you thinking here? I got Broncos. I think the Raiders team is just a complete mess. We're not even gonna go into the John Gruden debacle. We're gonna try to stay away from that as best as we can. But I got Broncos here. I think the
Broncos.
Raiders,
they get back Jerry Judy. You feel me? And they got they have the weapons. You feel me? They go.
I feel like the Raiders it's just gonna be too much of a distraction. And Derek Carr, I don't know what happened, but Derek Carr was going crazy the first 3 weeks, and then he's just been on a decline since. I don't know what's going on. But I'm going Broncos there. Moving on, we got Cowboys and Patriots. What are you feeling here? Cowboys are a 4-point favorite going into Foxborough.
I got the Cowboys. Reason being, this is an easy pick, low key, because Matt Jones, like they're still struggling. That offense is not. Well, the Patriots offense never been that high powered, even with Brady. Like it's only so much they could do on offense. The defense has always been the special side of the football, bro. Don't give me that look, bro. We could debate that on another video.
So New England hasn't had high power offenses? Back it up. You sound crazy.
They've never scared me on offense at all. They just don't. The defense has to. They have to have their defense hold the other team to at least 17 that even have a chance at winning the game. And the Cowboys, they have Zeke, they have Dak Prescott, they have uh Amari Cooper. This man took me out the video because he mad. Fuck the man. Anyways,
I was
Dallas
trying to
is
zoom
just
in on you.
Dallas is just too high powered, bro. Like Dallas is just too high powered of an offense. They can't keep up with the man. Rest stop,
You
man.
see how crazy this man sound? Said talking about New England never had high power offenses. Look
They've
at
never scared
the
me. They've never scared me on offense. What?
that
You
sound
said it yourself.
crazy.
You said it yourself. If Aaron Rodgers had those defenses, he'd have like 5 rings.
When did I say that?
Not a man with a cap. But anyways, back to the show. Back to the show. This
Oh
man
my
is
gosh.
the Patriots are just not that good on offense to keep up with Dallas.
So you don't think that the Patriots defense can at least limit the Cowboys to make it a close game, or you don't think there's any chance of that happening?
If they try to slow down the pass, Zeke finna run it down their throat. Their linemen aren't that big.
I mean, hey, don't sleep. Hey, don't sleep on the Patriots
Their
front
front
seven, man.
seven
Their
is
front seven is no
their
joke.
front seven is more speed than power, bro. They finna run it down their
Okay.
throat if they don't stop the box.
All right, whatever you say. We'll see what happens in that one. But I'm going Dallas
Who you got?
Cowboys. Also, I'm
You got
going Dallas
Dallas? Why?
Cowboys now. Yeah.
Why?
I agree with you in a way. I just feel like their offense is going to be too much for New England, but at the same time, I don't think New England is really going to push them over. I mean, I don't think they're going to push New England over. Like, I feel like this will be like a 21-17 type of game where
Yeah.
it's going to be very close throughout. I just feel like the Patriots defense really just keeps them in this game, but I had no confidence on the Patriots in terms of offense whatsoever versus Dallas's defense. And Dallas's defense doesn't, I guess it's not really scary to anybody, but I just don't have
And
any
yeah,
confidence on them on offense right now.
and you laughing, brother. You laughing, brother. The only reason why I said what I said about the Patriots offense, bro, is because Brady always did what he needed to do on the last drive. But don't act like defenses weren't stopping them boys. Like, look at the Super Bowl with the Rams, bro. That defense held the #1 offense
Okay.
to like 3. And Brady struggled that game too until the
That's
last
not
minute.
fair.
It just showed.
That's not fair though, because if
The
you go to a
Patriots
Super
didn't look
Bowl,
high powered in that the Patriots didn't look high powered in that Super Bowl. They too
that's
couldn't
fair,
move the
but you got
football
to think
until the
about that.
last minute.
That's fair, but think about what you just said. You have one of the best
Man,
offenses going up against one of the best defenses. What you expect them to put up 50 points? Bruh, like, what are you saying? Like, you acting like New England's offense was a fold. They went up against the best defense in the league. If it wasn't the best, I'm pretty sure it was one of the best defenses in the league.
they
Like, what
only
are you
had Aaron
expecting?
Donald. They only had
All
Aaron
right,
Donald at the time.
all right, bruh. Whatever you say.
This man tripping.
Nah,
Next
you
team, bro.
tripping. This man talking about New England was a high power, but whatever. All right, so Seahawks at Steelers. This should be a good one. This is the Sunday night football game. As we all know, Russell Wilson was put on IR last night, so he will not be playing this game. The starting quarterback for the Seahawks will be Geno Smith.
Oh, he had to give the drum roll for Gino.
So
This
looks like
man
right
tripping.
now the Steelers are a 4.5 favorite. What are you thinking in this game? I think that Geno Smith still makes them still helps them keep it a competitive game because you still got DK Metcalf, you still got Tyler Lockett. Chris Carson is also on IR too. I forgot to mention that. So Alex Collins will be their starting running back. I feel like they'll still be able to generate enough offense to stay in this game, and it definitely should be another close game throughout. And I feel like it could be high scoring as long as Geno Smith limits the mistakes, which he did do for the most part in that Thursday night game. But he ended up throwing the interception where Tyler Lockett did fall on the route. So I mean, as long as he's able to limit the turnovers, I think this will be a very close game. But I got Pittsburgh winning in this
I
game.
got Pittsburgh too. Yeah, I got
What's your reason?
Pittsburgh. The Seahawks injuries is the reason. They don't
Hmm.
have Chris Carson's. They don't have Russell Wilson. I don't really trust Gino. He looked at when they had when
Versus the Rams.
Russell was versus Rams when Russell went down, but it wasn't enough. They couldn't pull out the win.
Mm-hmm. Excuse
They're
me.
just not good. They're not good. Like Russ took all that money and left that team basically depleted. They don't have enough to pull out a win against the Steelers. And then the
Okay.
last but not least, we have the Monday Night Football game. We have the Buffalo Bills versus the Tennessee Titans. I'm gonna go Buffalo. What about you?
I'm gonna go Buffalo on this one. Also, I feel like Buffalo is really starting to become that scary team to beat in the NFL. It's definitely gonna be a hard task. Containing Derrick Henry, so that'll definitely be a matchup to watch. Hopefully, is Josh Norman still on the Bills? What team is Josh Norman on now? He's not on the Bills anymore. What team
Nah,
is he on?
sure.
I was about to say, hopefully he doesn't get stiff armed again in this game. He's on the
Nah, that
49ers now,
man,
I
he
forgot.
stayed on the
But
49ers.
that man got killed. That should have Derrick Henry should have got arrested for assault after that game. But I got Buffalo in this game too. I just don't see Tennessee. Tennessee is just one of those defenses that like they bend and they break. They're not they're not bend. Like you have a bend and break defenses. Like that defense is just a fold, bro. Like I just don't see them stopping Buffalo whatsoever. It should be a good game. It'll be very interesting to see how they scheme up to contain Derrick Henry because Derrick Henry looks like a freak of nature, like always. But it'll be a very interesting game. But I do have Buffalo winning. Um, is there anything else? Any other bold predictions that you might have? Anything that we didn't
Nah, that's
cover
it.
about the games? All right, I feel like that's it too. We'll go ahead and wrap up this video. If you guys disagree with any of the predictions that we have, or you guys have a bold prediction of your own, make sure you guys share it in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe. Share the channel with your friends that like NFL football too. And we got some more. We probably got one more video before we end the night. Um, got to make sure we're up for these football games that are going to be on tomorrow. So we'll go ahead and wrap this video up, and we'll have another video coming up shortly after this one. And we'll see you guys later.
Take care.